What is going on, everyone? My name is Size and welcome back to the Palworld video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys what I think are some of the best base building tips that you can do to make your bases look more aesthetically pleasing, to connect them if you don't have a connection point when you're building foundations, some tips and tricks when building in enclosed spaces to make the Pal AI better, and some more stuff. Also, if you guys are interested in joining the community dedicated server, all the relevant information on how to do so will be in the Discord. We also talk about pretty much anything game related, help each other out on Palworld, give tips and tricks, and just generally chill out and vibe as a community. So if any of that sounds interesting to you guys, come on and hop over into the Discord. The first thing we're going to talk about is actually building up and doing multi-leveled bases and how you can build like vertically up into the sky and then pan out without having to actually worry about putting foundations or some connecting structure pieces below it. So what I found out basically is real quick, we're just going to do foundation, a wall with a staircase, and then we're going to try to build out. Now, as you can see, at a certain point, we're going to basically hit the limit to where it says not enough support below it. Now, basically, if you want to build out, just build the foundations out and below it how far you want. So for right here, we're going to say that's good. And then we're just going to go ahead and build a stone wall on this, then a staircase actually connect it to the ground, and then we'll go ahead and connect it with that stone roof. Now, as you can see, we're able to destroy everything below it and not have to actually worry about leaving those foundations there and making that look ugly. So what you can do is basically a similar thing right there. Just build up, make sure you have the foundations below it, like I did with my base right here, and then build up on the side and keep going all the way across, connecting it below. And then if you wanted to, you could destroy all these foundations and that top roofing would still be connected like it is right here. Now, another thing that you can do if you don't want to do this style of building up like this and having to worry about connecting it all the way on the ground, and if you just want to do a floating base like this, you don't want to have it connected, you just want to have it floating. Now, the best way I found out doing this is the foundations actually have no limit vertically going up and down on how high they actually give support to for the roofs on top. Now that we have these stone walls going up, as you can see, we have a foundation below, and now we can actually build out the same thing as the bottom up until that 2 out from the last foundation below. So basically, if you wanted to go ahead and actually build something like that to where it doesn't connect on the side, you can just have foundations below it, and that support below will go, like I said, infinitely up to the sky limit, and then you can basically just keep building at the top without having to worry about connecting it. So as you can see, I'm up top again, and then I'm able to build out to that same limit 2 out from the bottom foundation. So basically, that's how you can build vertically if you don't want to connect it on the side like I have with that base. And then the best way that I figured out doing this is just like before you build a base, if you want to use this method, just do a foundation like walkway to each of the areas of the base that you're going to have. And then once you build the roof, you basically should be good supported on how big your walkway is below it with those foundations to support, the roofing above. Now, I just want to touch on building in enclosed spaces with the AI. Now, the AI will bug out if you build in an enclosed space like this and it doesn't have enough, like vertical clearance. So what I mean by that is if you throw something big like my Bronze Cherry Aqua over there. So like I said, if I throw this Bronze Cherry Aqua back over here and just say I wanted to get these fragments watered, when I actually throw him, he'll just basically go to sleep. Now that's just because I have these beds here, bad design by me. I could easily pull them back. But as you can see, even when it wakes up, it does not go and water it, even though it has stuff queued in it. And that is a bug just because of the way that it's built. The bigger pals have issues on the AI, and even some of them in the actual base one enclosed like this one, it bugs out. For example, if I take this chickpea and I go back and I actually throw it, it still runs back to the same exact place and does that just because of that's where it's at under the base because of the clearance. Sometimes their AI messes up. So if you're going to build in enclosed spaces with workbenches and stuff, the best thing that I figured out is build it at least 2 above or even 3 ceilings high to ensure that that stuff will have the best chance of not happening. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you guys is basically how you can build up like this on different planes of elevation and actually get the foundation to look like it's actually been snapped to it. As you can see, it says can't be placed on ground and stuff like that. For some reason it does that. And I'm basically, like I said, going to tell you how you can put it down and it'll actually look like it's been snapped and have a pretty seamless transition. It's not going to be 100%, but it is going to be the best you can possibly do right now since we don't have anything that snaps to place like this. So basically what you're going to want to do is to try to get it to the right angle and the way that it looks like it would be placed. What I do basically is just kind of drop it down a little bit, and that way you can see the outline of the thing you're placing and try to line it up left and right to the edges of the platform that you're trying to make it look like it, you know, would seamlessly snap to. And then from there, I go all the way until it's red and slowly back out until I can place it, and then just match it up and down on that elevation plane, and then we're good to go ahead and place it. There we placed it. As you can see, it is not the best. I could have placed it a little bit higher, but at the same exact time, this is going to be good enough to where now we can actually build going straight off of this and stuff, and it actually looks pretty decent. To where it looks like it kind of connected. Like I said, you can get it better. I've got it to where basically everything's 100% lined up and it looks perfect. But even that, it'll serve its purpose and it looks pretty good to me. Another thing I wanted to say really quick is you guys should definitely build a base in an area that you don't have to worry about, like heat or cold resistance, especially early on. For example, I have my base right here. It is a nice flat area. It's big enough to where I can build my base, and it's pretty defensible since it's on kind of like a hillside, and I can only really get raided from the front right there, where I have my defenses set up. Like I said, it's a pretty nice area to build, and I don't have to worry about anything. I can go ahead and put everything I want down, like my stations, you know, my breeding pens and my berry plantations and wheat farms and my ranches and everything that I need at this base, and I don't have to worry about anything. And I usually do I do a ratio of having one of these bases and then my other two bases as a resource farming. For example, I have this base as a resource farming base. The reason why I don't see any materials here is because my things went and all mined them. For some reason, they're doing a weird like moonwalk a little bit. Okay, their animation's good now. But yeah, I usually do one main base like that and then two resource mining bases like this. Usually I will 100% have one that's metal and coal, and then the other one either sulfur or quartz. And that's what I just advise doing, just because it makes everything easier. If you have a main base that you don't need to worry about anything, like if you build down in the volcano, you're gonna have to worry about heat, and if you build up in the cold area, you're gonna have to worry about cold res. So just building somewhere like here, you don't have to worry about anything. It's flat, it's nice, and you can build everything you want, and then spread off and get your resource mining bases, and be good to go for the late game items. Now, a really cool thing you can do also real quick for an aesthetic design is if you wanted to make half stairs, you can basically just put the foundation instead of being on the actual ground. You can build it up a little bit like that and put it down. Then you can go ahead and build your stairs on it, and it'll kind of clip through the ground, so you can build like half stairs. You know, if you wanted to build some baby looking stairs that are not too high off the ground like that, you can go ahead and do so as well. So it's just a nice little, it's because I'm here, but it's just a nice little piece that you can do to where it'll clip through the ground. It'll look very aesthetically pleasing. You can have it in your main base and do some cool stuff like this. Maybe throw, I don't know, like some crafting stations or something on it if you want. But it's just pretty cool, nice aesthetic design that you can do when you're building as well. Now that's just some of the tips that I actually use when doing some nice building and stuff like that. Obviously I don't have the most aesthetically pleasing thing. You can add stuff, you know, like these stone walls and other things to make your base look better when you're building it. I haven't really used it too much. I'm more of a function over form type of guy, but I definitely want to try to get into some of the more aesthetically pleasing builds. But this is just some of the stuff that I wanted to share with you guys to make your base run better. You know, you can build better with it with the like infinite verticality that we showed in the beginning. And then, like I said earlier, please make sure when you're building inside of enclosed spaces, don't do one space like I did there. It's completely just horrible. I'm gonna have to completely redo this whole base to actually make it better and make it at least 2 high, if not 3, so where the AI doesn't mess up. If you guys did enjoy the video and you found any of these tips useful, if you guys could hit that like and subscribe button, it really lets me know you guys enjoying these type of videos, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, depending when you're watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.